Welcome back to Ben's Garage. What do you think? We're all Christmased up. Tree, lights, hat. Let me tie this up out of the way. Get me ears Christmas jumper. Oh, we're all in the spirit here. Anyway, just a bit of a progress video really for exercising, all that kind of jazz, health, blah, blah, blah. And what we're going to be getting up to in the year 2020. Blimey. When we was back in the 1990s, 2020 seemed a long way off. Now we're here. Flipping it. Where does time go? Anyway, we won't get all sentimental about these things. So, exercise. I've got a bit of a holiday actually over Christmas because the physio guy is on holiday. He's got Christmas and New Year off, which is unusual for the French because quite often they go back to work on Boxing Day. Christmas is, for them, they have everything on Christmas Eve, a big meal Christmas Eve, and basically spend Christmas Day with a hangover, back to work on Boxing Day. Anyway, the physio's off for Christmas and New Year, so he said, when do you want me to start back? He said springtime. I thought, oh, spring, that's about March. That ain't very clever. I said, oh, January, Janvier. He went, oh, he said, yeah, at least you're motivated. So, couple of issues that we've got at the minute, not issues, but things that aren't quite going to plan. Weight loss. Doesn't matter what I do, I can't lose weight. I don't know why. Mum and Dad were staying here for 3 weeks and she said, well, you, because Mum obviously thought that I was eating a lot of food. I'd cut right back, we've cut all snacks out. And when she was there, she says, well, yeah, but you're not really eating a lot. So she said, you must just have one of those bodies. One of the side effects from one of the pills that I take for my heart, which is a atenolol, which, if you could go on Dr. Google, it's not supposed to be very good for you. Basically, it's a beta blocker, slows your heart down. With that, the side effect is weight gain. I suppose it's because even though you're exercising, if you're on these pills to reduce your heartbeat, you can't get your heart going. And I suppose that's for burning calories and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, it is more difficult being in a wheelchair because a lot of your calorie intake is burnt off with the muscles in your legs. I'm not saying all of it, but when you're walking about, your leg muscles is the group that is burning a lot, whereas the top half of your body doesn't do a great deal. Obviously, I'm wheeling about in a wheelchair and I can move my legs, but it's just the weight's just not coming off. So that's one thing to speak to the doctor about. He said we've been without a doctor as well. The doctor broke her leg. So we've had to use another doctor who came out to the house as well. So he was quite good. He just wrote out a prescription. So that's one thing we've got to speak to the doctor about is the atenolol. See if there's an alternative, if that's got the same side effects, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The other thing, why I was quite ill through last summer, is another pill that I'm on. It's all drug related. Last summer, I suffered quite a bit. I was getting under the car, going dizzy, throwing up. And it was going on. I'd come back in, cool down, and I'd be fine. Go out in the sun. But I couldn't work out. The previous summer, I was going into it was 40 plus degrees outside. I was going into the greenhouse doing stuff and I was totally fine. But it didn't occur to me that this year, just gone, was the year that I started on these pills. I had a blood test when we was at the other house and the doctor says, you're borderline diabetes. We can give you some pills to get it under control and then, you might be able to come off of them. He said it's not diabetes, but you're getting, if you're not careful, it's heading that way. So he put me on these pills, which is fenofibrate for cholesterol and Stagid for your blood sugars and stuff. One of the side effects for Stagid is dizziness and dehydration. Now, the previous year, 2018, was the summer that I was going outside tending to the chilies in the greenhouse. It was hot and I wasn't suffering at all. Last summer is when I was on these pills, is when it was all kicking off. But I had blood tests, nothing was showing up. But that's another one we're going to mention to the doctor. So I think Tina bumped into the nurse today in the pharmacy, and she said that the doctor will be back in early January, so we can get her out and organise a blood test and see what's going on, what's occurring. So that's that out of the way. So that's possibly why the weight's going on, and also why I've been going dizzy and throwing up and at the moment I'm fine. I do still get dizzy spells, but I don't want to. I've been checking my blood pressure quite regularly because I did stop taking the atenolol, but then my blood pressure went up to 16/8, I think. And I'm sort of, I've got high blood pressure anyway, but it sort of hovers around sort of 13, 14/8/7, something like that. The other day it was down to 12/6, I think. So it does fluctuate, but then I started taking the atenolol again because it's not a good thing to do. It says if you're going to come off it, wean yourself off it over 1 to 2 weeks. But I thought, well, I'll start taking it, get my blood pressure back in order, and we'll speak to the doctor about that. So don't just stop taking your pills, speak to your doctor first. Top tip of the day. Anyway, exercise. I won't go and show you the stand-up frame and the exercise bike. I'll go through onto the bed and just show you a few exercises that I do with the physio. When he was out last time, I'm wearing him out as much as he wears me out now, which is quite a good sign. Because he's adding the resistance, I can move my legs in all sorts of directions. Some directions I've got stronger than others, and he did say that there is definitely improvements from when he started coming out. He first started coming out end of August. Yeah, that's right, because he had his holiday at the start of August, so end of August he started coming out. It was twice a week, but now he's sort of down to once a week, leaving us to do the exercises on our own, which most of the time we're doing. If it's a nice day and we've got jobs to do outside, we'll go and do that instead. So that's what's happening with that. I'll take you through, I'll get onto the bed and I'll just show you a few exercises that I'm doing. I won't have any assistance because Tina's out with the dogs, but I should do that unless she comes back. And then we'll come back through here. You'll have to excuse the bedroom a little bit. We've not decorated in here yet. We was going to be ripping the fireplace out and bits and pieces. I think Tina might want to keep the fireplace now in case we have a global disaster. So we can open it up and burn some logs in the bedroom. We shall see how that pans out in the future. Right, so I'm going to get on the bed and show you a few exercises that I do. Hey! As you can see, I can move my legs. So one of them, it's lie on your back, just pick your legs up like that. So on and so forth. Another one is, I bend my legs like that and he holds them together and I have to squeeze them apart, and then he puts pressure on and I have to stop moving my legs and he goes inside and outside like that. Hey? Yeah, you can do. I've got some assistants coming through now. It doesn't matter if he comes in. Oh, she's just been to the wardrobe department. Christ, looks like something off Dr. Zeus. Right, we'll do that one.
With me holding you?
Yeah, hold them up and then I have to pull them out and push them back in, and then you do that, hold that one. That's it. You've got to put a bit of resistance on though. I think you have to sort of hold it under, not hold it up. You're not quite the same as he does it.
Well, I'm not your physio, am I?
Anyway, that's one of them. Another one, I have to put my legs up like that.
I thought you said it didn't matter.
Oh, Jesus, dog.
Come on, off you get.
This ain't a bloody free-for-all, is it? Put your legs up like that. Let them down. Back up. Down, back up. Down, back up. Oh. You have to exhale. Thanks, Ludo. Right. Can you reach those cushions? Put them right up to my backside. Another one is in the air, side to side like this. That's good for your abdominos. Right. What you have to do is pick my ankles up, and then when I start resisting, you've got to sort of push down on them a little bit, but both at the same time. And then he puts his hands on top of them and pushes down. And then relax.
Relâchez.
Relâchez. And again. Relax. Oh, got dizzy. And again. So that's that for that one. Oh. And there's various other exercises. He gets me to lie on my side and do all sorts, and then get on my knees and do all, you know, some bits and pieces. But oh,
He does a lot of that as well, doesn't he?
yeah, he does. And then he massages my legs.
Yeah, well. Physio's not coming this week.
No, so you'll have to do it.
I'll get the machine out.
No.
There you go. No, you couldn't do that to start with, easily.
Not easily, no.
That's pretty good.
And that's it.
Does he not do that one anymore?
Oh, yeah. These are a lot of abdominal exercises as well, so it's... so on and so forth. Anyway, my pantaloons keep riding up. So, can I have a Christmas jumper? So that is it. That is how I exercise on it. We'll do a few more exercises than that, but that gives you the general idea. As you can see, I can move my legs. I've just not quite got enough strength to be able to stand up and stay there or walk about. And I've probably lost all my balance now. This next April will be 4 years, won't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, this next April will be 4 years since I've went in for surgery, emergency surgery. So that was the last time I was actually walking. But we'll get there. It's a long road. But yeah, we've had some progress and some boosts to morale, you know, standing up at the window and all that kind of stuff.
Physio said that you're stronger, isn't it?
Yeah, so physio's said that there's improvement, I'm stronger. As I said before when I was out there, he gets as tired as I do now, which is quite a good sign. Well, it could be a good sign, or it could be a sign that he's out of shape. So we'll go back through that and we'll finish the video off. That is how I exercise on the bed. Well, I've got some exercises that I do on the standing frame. On the exercise bike, we've lifted it up a couple of holes so that my legs are straightening out more, because before my legs were quite bent up on the exercise bike. So that's that. And then obviously the exercises on the bed. And another thing, on the window in the bedroom, I said to Tina, I said, I want to stand up at the window and have a look out and see what work we'd done on the garden and that. And I tried pushing myself up, there was no way I could do it. Anyway, Tina went outside the other day and I was shouting at her through the door, just messing about. I thought, oh, she's gone round the back, I'll shout out the bedroom window. So I went out the window, I opened up the windows and I thought, I don't know, let's see if we can get up. And I didn't even think about it, I just grabbed hold of the railing, pushed up on the seat and I was stood up. I thought, flipping out. So I was shouting at T, she come running around, oh, hello. And I said, well, I don't know, I'm going to get back down. So anyway, I lowered myself back down, piece of cake. I thought, oh, I wonder if I'll be able to do it again. Tried it again, straight up. So it gives you a boost when something like that happens. And if like when we got the new car, steering wheel's on the wrong side. I've been used to getting in on the right hand side for the UK car, pushing up into it, piece of cake. Of course, get the new one, it doesn't lower quite as much as the old one. And I thought, oh, I'm never going to get this. I couldn't push in, but I think it's because you're thinking about it too much. You sit there looking at things and how am I going to do this? If you just sort of wheel up to the wheelchair, put one leg in, and I'll just push myself in, piece of cake. Don't even think about it. So that's how I tend to do things, like stood up the window. I didn't even think about it. When Tina was there trying to help me, I was sort of like, how am I going to do it? If I push up here and pull there, and I couldn't do it. But I thought, right, well, I need to stand up here. Grabbed hold of the railing, pushed myself up, and I was stood up and I could lock my knees, and I was stood there for a couple of minutes. It does get tiring standing up. On the standing frame there's a belt holds you, so that's all good. So there is definite improvement, and when something like that happens, it gives you a bit of a boost. You know, it's sort of like, well, we're not just doing all these exercises for nothing. It is progress. So yeah, that's all that out of the way. Bit of exercise, rehab, physio, blah, blah, blah. We're still carrying on. And we're still hoping for improvements. In the new year, we're going to get the Zimmer frame out, and I shall get the seat and try going from the seat and stand up on the Zimmer frame and lock my legs. And then what the plan is then is, I mean, the physio doesn't know this. He'd probably have a bit of a moan if he found out. The plan is to be able to stand up on the Zimmer frame from the wheelchair, because it's quite a, you know, it's a bit of a stretch to get up. So that's our next aim. So for 2020, we've got a few things planned. So I'll let you into those now. And it'll be some videos to look forward to. First job is the garage. We've got it all emptied now. I've just got to dig out the floor, order in some stone, whacker it down, put some membrane down, reinforcing concrete, lovely jubbly. I think Dad's at some point going to help us with the pillars, but for now we're just going to get the floor concreted, And then what I want to do is get the Audi in there, get the Audi jacked up as high as we can on axle stands, and I'll get that fixed and get it sold. Because it's just sitting out there, it's just a waste really. I've got to find out the intercooler, if I've popped an intercooler hose, and then obviously we've got to fix the fault, which is overboosting. So that could be a reconditioned turbo, which I can get for about £200. So that's the plan for that. Get the garage floor concreted, get the Audi and get it fixed, and try and get it sold. Get a little bit of money back in the pot. And so that'll be that. Other jobs we've got to do next year. We're obviously starting the vegetable plots. We're trying to get a bit more self-sufficient next year. Obviously, you can only use what you can grow, and it's a bit seasonal. So we're going to try and sort of live off seasonal food, if you can catch my drift. So winter, you have winter vegetables. In the summer, you have salads and stuff like that. That is the plan. Obviously, we want to be trying to get a greenhouse out there. We'll get some. I think about February, I did the seeds last time. I started towards the end of January, February. I'm going to get the heat mats and the lights set up in the room next door, so we can get the chilli seedlings growing. Because they do take quite a long time to get going, but once they are growing, you know, we can keep them going quite a bit, especially if we can get a greenhouse or a polytunnel set up outside. So that'll be sort of January time. We've got some more renovations to do in the house, but I think we're going to be planning on getting the garage done first. And then we've got to be a little bit careful how much money we spend, because we're not quite sure what's going to happen with Brexit yet. I mean, we're not worrying about it until it happens, until we definitely know how it's going to affect us. Because at the moment, I'm getting paid disability benefit. Obviously, if I could get up and walk around, I would work. You know, I've worked all my life, and this is the only time I've not worked. Even when if I lost a job, I was bang straight back into a job the next week, sort of thing. So I'm not on disability benefit out of choice. It's a necessity, really. So we're sort of waiting to see what happens with that. If that's going to affect my benefits, then we're going to have to be a bit careful with what money we have got and take it from there. I'm not sure how it works, who pays what. I mean, I've been living in France for over 10 years now. I've been paying into the system. We pay our taxes over here. But at the end of the day, we're not French, we're an EU citizen at the moment. But after the Brexit is done, we're British citizens, which won't be part of the EU. So I can't get to the bottom of who pays our benefits, whether it's the French government, or whether they will still pay it after Brexit, I don't know. It's all up in the air. So that is why projects are sort of a little bit on hold at the moment, because we just don't know. Basically, we're in a bit of limbo. We can apply for a carte de séjour, which is the right to live here. Obviously, we own the house. I say we're paying all our taxes. But anyway, that's a subject for another day, for another channel. We don't do politics on this channel. That's one thing I don't like. Politics, religion. Because religion starts wars. I'm not even going to go there with that one. I just keep my channel religion free, politic free, and that's it. My bit of advice to you, treat everyone how you would like to be treated yourself. And we can all live in peace and harmony. Final thought of the day. So yeah, that's it. We've got a few things to look forward to in 2020, and yeah, get my island put in. So I'm getting my hob on. I think we're going to have to ask for more electric. In France, they set you on a tariff, and you have so many kilowatts coming into your house. It starts at 6, then it goes to 9, then 12, then 18. If you don't pay your bills, they knock you right down to 3 kilowatts. So if you switch your kettle on, it trips the power off. We thought on our bill it said 6 kilowatts, so we got them out to bump it up. When he came out, he said, "Oh, you're already on 9 kilowatts." He said, "Do you want me to put it up to 12?" And it's like, go for it, 12 kilowatts. Because we're actually on 3-phase, which is apparently quite common in a lot of European countries. We're on 3-phase. He's bumped us up to 12 kilowatts. They adjust the bill. The standing charge goes up by a couple of euros. It's not a month, it's every 2 months. Tina had her oven on, I had my oven on, and I think we had electric heater on in the bathroom, and bang, off the electric goes again. So we might be asking for 18 kilowatts. So yeah, get the island in, gas hob, and I'll be doing a few more cooking videos. Whether you enjoy them or not, I don't know, but I enjoy doing them and it's quite good fun, really. So that'll be something else to look forward to next year. A few more cooking videos when we get the kitchen all hunky-dory. We've got some tiling to do and get the floor sanded and oiled and everything. Anyway, this video is going to be quite long now for all this waffling on. So I'm going to sign off now. I'm trying to get a few videos done over Christmas. I've got an unboxing to do. I've got some car videos to do. Somebody's requested a drive around in the TD6, so I'll try and get that done over the Christmas period. And there'll be a few more videos coming out Christmas, New Year time, so look forward to those. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. Now, YouTube have messed things up again. Not only have you got to click the notification bell, you've then got to select all notifications, because according to my analytics, I've got 500 and some subscribers clicked the bell button. Only 300 and some have clicked all notifications. So it's only the 300 of you lot who've clicked all notifications that are getting all my notifications. So if you want to do that or personalize it or whatever you've got to do, because otherwise the notifications don't get through, which another hurdle that YouTube have thrown up for us. So yeah, if you could do that. And so that's it. So from me and Tina, who's out with the dogs, I can hear dogs or someone out there. Yeah, I can see shadows under the door. Anyway, it's bye for now.